We are joined by Mr. Gurumurthy, editor of Tughlaq, but most importantly someone who is close to the power center in India. Thank you very much for speaking to us, sir.
Okay. Thank you for building my image as close to power center.
But you indeed are. So we are starting with Tamil Nadu issues. First of all, what is happening in ADMK? Are there three factions or two factions? On one side you have OPS, on one side you have EPS, and now there is TTV Dinakaran also who has come out, and some MLAs are meeting him. What is happening within Shashikala's family and within ADMK?
Actually, there is no split in ADMK at all. Everybody is interested in preserving this government. In fact, even the Election Commission was told that there is no split between EPS group and OPS group. It is only on who should sign the symbol order, on that there is a difference of opinion. I think ADMK government is keeping everybody together.
Because for the sake of power?
Obviously.
So why some of the MLAs are then meeting Dinakaran, and why is EPS maintaining silence, and why is OPS talking about merger?
See, these are all theatrical expressions of the struggle for power. The fact is that none of them wants this government to go.
Including OPS?
Yeah.
Why? What does he gain from that?
See, if the government goes, then immediately you have to either have another government led by the DMK, which none of them want, or you will have an election, which none of them want.
So what is likely to happen now? Now that the presidential elections are nearing, there are a lot of speculations that everything will change after presidential elections. So what is likely to happen in Tamil Nadu?
See, everything will change after the presidential election is again a theoretical formulation. This government will continue as long as the ADMK MLAs do not want to pull down this government. It may have other difficulties. It may have cases to handle and things like that. For example, Election Commission has filed the FIR. These cases will go on, then courts will take over, and this kind of complications may be there. But what is holding them together is power.
So what's going wrong with DMK? Are they really missing the leader Karunanidhi?
You see, I wouldn't say they are missing the leader Karunanidhi. Actually, they are missing an agenda for future. DMK is still living in its past. This anti-Hindi approach, and then recalling all the Dravidian glory. I think unless they have a way of moving forward. For example, when DMK was rising, I was a student. 90% of the students were interested in politics. It is that which changed the Tamil Nadu political discourse. But now 90% of the students are not interested in politics. How are you going to get them interested in politics is the challenge for the DMK. I don't think the DMK has the star value which Jayalalitha or MGR had, or maybe some Rajinikanth may have. So a trans-political infusion of interest in politics, that's not going to happen in DMK. So DMK has a very tough challenge to face, even though DMK is the only organized political party here.
Jayanand Divakaran, who recently gave an interview to India Today, clearly says that Shashikala is holding the party together. She is running the party together. She is running the party. EPS is still reporting to her.
See, I think it is political illiteracy for anyone to attach importance to the Shashikala family, because unless you have the support of the people, you can never be a factor in politics. At least openly, you can never be a factor in politics. The best course for Shashikala family would have been to influence power from behind. That is what mafias do. But once they came out into the open, they can never hope to run the party because it requires the approval of the people. They are amongst the most hated people in Tamil Nadu politics.
But do you think OPS charisma is still there? Because after that meditation, we saw so much, momentum to his political activities, people coming and joining. Do you think it has kind of reduced?
No. Actually, I have been observing his rallies. His rallies show that his popularity is intact. Because even yesterday I saw the Nellai rally. It was very huge. In fact, in times like this, when actually no exciting thing is happening in politics and particularly in ADMK, for a person to attract, for a person who was not known to be having any star value, to attract this kind of following, I think he is still intact.
So would you mean to say it's going to be OPS versus Stalin in the future?
If the ADMK is intelligent enough, it will rally around OPS. But personal rivalries will continue to play a role. And so it is not easy for the ADMK to come round OPS. Though that would be the most intelligent decision for them to take. But if the local body elections come, if OPS contests on the one side and EPS contests on the other, EPS group will be a very bad loser. So they may not like to lose an election like that being in power, and that may force both of them to come together.
But now a lot has changed in the sense Rajini has hinted at entering politics. There are people who are meeting him almost every day. Even in your magazine you have carried about like how almost every leader wants to come and take a picture with him. Today also so many leaders are meeting him. Do you think he's really going to enter politics?
You see, there is a huge vacuum in Tamil Nadu politics which will be inviting for Rajini. So if Rajini has ever thought of being in politics, this is probably the best time that he can find. So the context is already there, and he has to make up his mind. My own view is he has made up his mind. He is only looking for the timing of the announcement. This is my assessment. Don't think I had a discussion with him or anything because he is my friend. You should not.
He is your friend.
Yeah, he is my friend. Who is my enemy? Stalin is my friend. I have no issues at all. So he may not have to think about entering politics. I think he has already thought about it. Otherwise, he would not have spoken about how he will entertain what kind of people in politics, how he will conduct his politics, how his fans should not think of using him as a ladder to climb up for power or money in politics. These are all not ordinary statements. So he has made up his mind. Timing, of course, he will have to choose the time when the announcement will make the maximum sense.
When is that?
That he has to decide. After all, he is a very intuitive and a spiritual person. So I think he will make up his own mind.
Will he join hands with BJP or will he launch his own party? Which do you think, as a friend, you would suggest will work for him?
I think he will launch his own party.
Which will have an alliance with BJP?
He must have an alliance with BJP. This is my surmise because there is a lot of convergence between him and the BJP.
So will he be the face for the BJP in the next assembly elections?
Maybe the BJP, Narendra Modi may also be a face for him in politics.
How is that?
If Narendra Modi and because people will ask what about his political experience?
Yeah, exactly.
How will he
I was
deliver?
going to ask you that.
That is where I think Narendra Modi's personality as a person who can deliver, that may align with his reach towards the people, can become a very serious combination.
So he will be groomed over a period because he doesn't have an experience in politics like MGR did or Jayalalitha did when they entered
No, I don't think, it is only the public perception whether a person will perform in politics or not. One looks for experience of the past.
So moving back to what's happening in Shashikala's territory, I would rather say, Poets Garden has become a place where ugly scenes are happening, theatrics happening there, Deepa and Deepak fighting. What exactly are they controlled by Shashikala family? Who does Veda Nilayam belong to?
I don't want to get into this very, even the mentioning of the names of the person doesn't invite me to talk. But they make news because most of you do not know where to get news from. The problem of the media today is somehow you have to generate news. Otherwise, do you mean to say these people would have made news? So it is the vacuum in the media which makes these people relevant. So I would not like to talk about it. It's purely a legal issue who the property belongs to. And so the courts will decide, somebody will go to court and that will be decided. Why should we talk about any X or Y, who is the heir, or somebody may come up with a will, forged or genuine. We will see these tamashas later.
But then everything is still controlled by Shashikala family. The property.
No, it's not control. If somebody is there, that person has possession. Unless you dispossess him by law, the person is in possession. He may even be a trespasser, but he is there.
Are you thinking, do you think there will be more raids in Tamil Nadu, in the cabinet, Tamil Nadu cabinet? We saw Vijay Bhaskar, but he really got away. And TTV Dinakaran has also come out in bail. But do you think?
No, what I don't understand, what do you mean by got away? The legal course will always proceed. A person cannot be in jail unless you file a charge sheet and then convict him and then a person is sent to jail. When did Shashikala go to jail? After the conviction. The conviction took place when? For an offence which was committed in 1991, 95, 96. The conviction took place when? After 2000, it was in 2015. So, the law has its own course. You cannot keep a person in jail on an FIR. And so, how he has got away? Okay. So far as Vijay Bhaskar is concerned, it is an income tax action. So, the income tax department has sent the papers to the chief secretary that there is an anti-corruption angle to be looked into. It is the state government which has to take the action against the state government officials and the ministers. Central government cannot take action under the constitution. So that responsibility has been given. What the state government will do on that basis will depend on further action. So why Narendra Modi is not acting or the central government is not acting is a question based on constitutional illiteracy. So that is not the way to approach. Things have moved, but you cannot also move the things because you like or dislike somebody. That is where I think the central government has kept the maximum distance and at the same time ensure that the law takes its course.
And TTV will make no difference in Tamil Nadu or in ADMK?
I don't think. I think it. You see, the only thing is power is with EPS, people are with OPS, money is with Dinakaran.
Okay.
So, money will always do something or the other, but that does not win the people. In fact, it is precisely because you have got the money, you are hated. And how you got the money? You are hated for that. So, it is not easy for Shashikala and Dinakaran group to make political sense in Tamil Nadu.
Absolutely. But is Tamil Nadu BJP functioning in a proper way? Are they moving towards the right direction, making use of the opportunity?
You see, basically BJP has a huge opportunity opening up before it. And it has happened in other states like Haryana, and then it's happening, they say, in Orissa, it has happened in Assam. And so Tamil Nadu is opening up to the nationalist parties, nationalist view, because it has got fatigued, disenchanted with the Dravidian Kazhagams. So this is an opportunity both for the Congress and the BJP. But the Congress is struggling at various levels. Normally, if a person like Moopanar was there, he would have made some sense. Today, Congress doesn't have it, and at the All India level also, Congress doesn't have a charismatic leadership. And so the BJP has definitely a very good opportunity. How it strategizes its assertion in Tamil Nadu politics is for the BJP to work it out. All that I can say is there is a huge potentiality for the BJP.
We are going to talk about national issues now. So first of all, Karti Chidambaram issue has come out, but then ED has asked for his bank details and all that. But he and Chidambaram are clearly saying that this is political vendetta by the BJP.
What else will they say? I have asked Chidambaram to file a defamation case against me for all that I have written, including the fact that they have properties abroad and they have committed financial irregularities here. He doesn't have the guts to file the defamation against me, even though earlier he went and had hammer and tongs against me, which means that he cannot face the court of law. He needs a political argument, which he is doing.
Do you think more will come out in Karti Chidambaram's case?
100%. I will myself bring it.
So what's the open challenge you have to for Mr. Chidambaram?
First, let him challenge me in court. I have said, will you sue me now? I don't think a much bigger challenge can be there to a person's reputation.
So what more do you think the family has done? What exactly do you think Karti and his Chidambaram?
See, they have built huge illegal wealth. It's very obvious. I mean, everyone knows it. Nobody was willing to talk about it.
Absolutely. Talking about farmers' issue right now, sir. Why is BJP not able to handle farmers' issue in its own states like Maharashtra or Madhya Pradesh?
See, basically, farmers' issue is not just a political issue, to be a huge socio-economic issue which has to do with the very model of development which we are adopting. Basically, we have 100 million small and marginal farmers for whom farming is a backward integration of their kitchen, for whom no government has any policy. Modern economic thinkers have no policy. And so the BJP is no different.
So BJP has no farm policy?
The same policy which all the governments have been adopting, they are adopting, except that they want more farm production. That is the problem.
Why is that not happening?
That is the problem today. In Madhya Pradesh, the problem, and Maharashtra, the problem is overproduction. In Tamil Nadu, the problem is underproduction. So, agriculture being a state subject, farm being a state subject, water being a state subject, there is a huge constitutional gap between the central government and the state government. So, when you agitate against the state government is unable to handle the situation because it is an all India problem. The central government is unable to handle the situation because it is essentially a state problem. This is where I think we need a complete rethinking on our agriculture. And I think unless the rural economy is insulated from the huge monetary influence of the urban economy, it's not going to work.
But BJP planning to do something on
I
this?
don't know about the BJP. I have differences with the BJP on this. On farming, I feel there is no difference between Congress or BJP or CPM or anybody. Because none of them have an understanding about the rural economy. So, I am very clear that because it is BJP, I am not going to defend it.
Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Why are minorities not happy? They are not content with what's happened, what the BJP government is doing.
The political establishment will never allow any minority to be happy in this country.
But we are evidently seeing how there are so many issues which is hurting the minorities.
Which is the issue which is hurting the minority? Tell me.
Cattle trade, the Gauraship.
Why should it hurt? In Pakistan, if religious leaders can go and preach, don't eat beef. If Devbandi Muslims can say cow should be declared as a sacred animal and it should be declared as a national animal, the minorities are also part of the agenda of the government. Because the political establishment keeps issuing statement, minorities are unhappy. If the minorities are unhappy, they will be on the road. Nobody is on the road. It is only the liberals who are issuing statements. They are going to court. So, I am not a believer in the media perception that the minorities are up in arms against this. It's not correct. In China, the government has asked the people to halt their meat consumption because this is a serious problem today, meat consumption. We should discuss about it. The media will take up these petty issues and create a gap in the mind of the minorities. Instead of saying that this is a serious issue, the government is attempting to do it, let us discuss.
But Gauraksha's issue has kind of backfired for the BJP.
I am not talking about Goraksha. I am talking about meat consumption.
No, but I am saying it has backfired for the BJP.
It has not backfired. Then how would the BJP have won in UP? And the Goraksha has won.
No, but in the recent times you have seen the protests in every educational institution, how the students have come out and they are protesting.
Let them protest. They have been protesting. JNU has been protesting from the day Narendra Modi came to power. Your protest has no meaning. Your protest is the television protest. I mean, the media is interested in keeping the pot boiling against Narendra Modi. This is going to recoil on the media. This is going to recoil on the media. It is already recoiling.
No, absolutely not. Not all the media is like that. There are.
When I am talking about the media, you can say I am not, but the media is. I hope you will carry this statement.
Absolutely, we will carry it in all honesty. And also coming about Indo-US relationship, always India and US had shared a very good relationship, and Modi also claimed that everything is good. But now what Trump is doing is like, looks like he's very receptive to anything that India talks about. H1B visa is one such matter.
Tell me, if two countries agree on everything, they should merge. They will have differences.
No, that's an argument.
Trump is agreeing with you on 20 things. Why don't you list those things? H1B visa is an issue which is his electoral issue. He has said he will generate local jobs, for which he is preventing people from entering outside. That is the election commitment. But in every other issue he is with us. Where is he not with us? And climate issue is a bilateral issue, not a bilateral issue. It's a multilateral issue. And so you cannot pick up this one issue and say the Indo-US relationship has collapsed.
But Vajpayee and Manmohan Singh had a very smooth relationship.
Because there was not much happening at that time except the nuclear deal. What was happening at that time? Now we are at the head table of the world. Now we are in leadership position. At that time we were only discussing issues. Today we are part of the determining team. So our profile has changed.
And finally, the presidential candidate has been announced, but there are so many murmurs. For instance, Mamata Banerjee now has said Ramnath Kovind does not have the stature like Advani or Sushma Swaraj. Many are also wondering, why was Mr. Advani not considered?
But tell me, who are they to say whether Advani should be considered or not when you elected Pratibha Patil? Why do you talk about anybody else? You cannot have a worse president than her. I think these are all political. This is a sudden sympathy for Advani ji. How did it come? Advani is a candidate above the President of India actually.
Right. So this is do you think it was a damage control to bring
actually, if BJP had put up Advani ji, there would have been an election. And they would have cited this prosecution and things like that. Why should Advani ji be demeaned like that?
And also recently, India Today exposed about Hurriyat, how they are taking money from the Pakistan to create problems in Kashmir. What are your views on that?
These are minority rights. If you talk against it, you are talking against minority. The national discourse is so shallow. You arrest these people, then civil libertarians will say this is wrong. At that time, India Today, where it will be, I don't know.
Okay. And finally, what is the way forward for the Modi government in the next 1 year? What are the new announcements, or what kind of an impact do you think Modi is going to make in the next 1 year?
You see, I am not here to speak for the government. In fact, they are much more capable people, more well informed and into the network. And I am only a distant observer. I am in a grown-up village called Chennai. All that I can say is the man is a very imaginative person. He is a very intuitive person. He can think 10 steps ahead of anybody else in the country. And so he must have something up his sleeve.
Any hints about it? Any hints about it?
I mean, I have given you the hint. He will be 10 steps above anybody.
So we have to wait and see what it is. On that note, thank you very much, Mr. Gurumurthy, for speaking to us. So that was Mr. Gurumurthy, who spoke a lot, but most interesting probably is confirming Rajinikanth's political entry and also Modi's plans for the next 1 year. Priyamvada in Chennai for India Today.